Mowing the lawn, it feels like it should be the simplest chore in the world, right? But what if I told you there's a hidden risk lurking right under the grass that can turn a 30-minute job into a super expensive and very, very wet disaster? Okay, let's get into it.
Seriously, what could go wrong? You've probably mowed your lawn 1,000 times without a single issue. But here's the thing, and our source material really drives this home. Getting too comfortable, too relaxed, that's when things go sideways.
And that's all it takes. It's not about being lazy or careless. It's just 1 second of distraction. Maybe the mower deck is just a little too low, or a wheel dips into some soft ground. And bam, suddenly you've got a geyser shooting water everywhere but the lawn, and you're looking at a serious repair bill. So you might be thinking, how common is this really? Well, get this. Damage from lawn equipment is actually one of the top reasons people call for irrigation repairs. This isn't some freak accident we're talking about. It's a constant, low-key threat every time you fire up the mower. So why are these things so darn vulnerable? Well, it's kind of ironic. They're put in the perfect spot to water your grass, which also happens to be the perfect spot for a mower blade to hit them. The plastic caps are just waiting to get clipped. The risers get chewed to bits by string trimmers, and here's the really sneaky part. The soil itself can betray you. When it gets dry, clay soil can shrink and actually push the sprinkler head up just enough to be in the line of fire. Wild, right?
And it gets a little more complicated because not all sprinklers are built the same. If you really want to protect your system, you got to know your enemy, so to speak. Each type has its own special weakness.
Okay, check this out. You've got your pop-up heads, which are awesome because they hide away until they don't. If that retracting part gets jammed with dirt, it stays up, making it a sitting duck. Then you have the tougher rotor heads. They can take a beating, but their nozzles will crack after enough little hits. And the fixed shrug heads, they're just out there, totally exposed. They're basically a string trimmer's favorite snack.
All right, now for one of my favorite parts. It's time to bust a huge myth. There's something that pretty much every homeowner believes about lawn care, and it's completely wrong.
So let me ask you a question. You need to trim the grass right up against a sprinkler head. What do you grab? The big, clumsy lawnmower or the nimble little string trimmer? I bet like 99% of people, you'd say the string trimmer is the safer bet. It just makes sense, right? Well, you'd be wrong. That trust is totally misplaced. Here's the crazy part. That little nylon line on your trimmer, it's spinning so fast it basically acts like a tiny sandblaster. It doesn't just cut the grass, it literally melts the plastic of the sprinkler head. It slowly eats away at the seals, messes up the threads. It's the kind of damage you don't even notice until it's way too late. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about how to fix this. The goal here isn't to make you afraid of your lawn equipment. It's to give you a smart game plan. So let's open up the Pro's playbook. And honestly, it boils down to 4 really simple but super important steps. It's all about setting the right height, mowing when the ground is firm, using some visual cues, and creating a little safety zone. Let's break down what each of those actually means. All right, here we go. First up, set your mower deck a bit higher. Cutting the grass super short is bad for your lawn anyway, and it's way riskier for your sprinklers. Simple. Second, don't mow when the lawn is wet. The ground is soft, your mower wheels can sink in and slide right into a sprinkler head. Easy enough. Third, use flags. Seriously, just stick some little marker flags in the ground, especially if you can't see the heads well. And finally, the real pro move. Just leave a little circle of grass around the head. You can trim that little bit by hand. Yeah, it takes an extra 30 seconds, but it's a guaranteed way to keep them safe. Now, I want to talk about something that might sound a little backward at first, but it's maybe the most important concept in this whole thing. We're all worried about that one big dramatic mower crash, but the real danger, it's something much, much sneakier. And this slide just nails it. A big, spectacular break, the source actually calls that a blessing in disguise. Why? Because it's impossible to ignore. Water is gushing, you know you have a problem, and you get it fixed right away. But those repeated little nicks and bumps, that's the killer. That's the hidden damage, the slow leaks, the warped seals, the stuff you never notice until you get a water bill that's through the roof. So these are the clues you gotta look for. Is one of your sprinklers spraying kind of funny? Are the threads on a nozzle looking a little chewed up? And most importantly, has your water bill been slowly creeping up for no good reason? We love to blame the city or the timer,
But so often, the real culprit is the slow-motion damage that's been happening right under our noses.
So we've covered the hidden dangers, we've busted the big myth, and we've got the pro playbook. So after all that, what is the one single thing that matters more than anything else?
It boils down to this one simple word: restraint. It's not about a fancy tool or some secret trick. It's just about slowing down. It's about being aware of where those sprinkler heads are and resisting that urge to just rush through the job. It's just taking that one extra second to be careful. That's it.
And that really leaves us with one last question for you to think about. The next time you walk out to your yard, take a close look at your sprinklers. Think about your last few water bills. Could your lawn be hiding one of these costly secrets right now? It's definitely worth checking out.